Improving students' writing skill of descriptive text through quick question. A classroom action research at the 10th class of SMK Negeri 2 Tanjung Pinang, Kepulauan Riau. Chapter 1 Introduction. Background of the problem. To become successful in teaching English, the dominant factor that the English teacher should pay attention to, especially in teaching writing. Through writing, someone can improve his experience, solve his problem, develop and broaden his thinking. Writing is one of the language skills, besides listening, speaking, and reading, that must be mastered by English learners. They have to be able to express their thought in writing, to develop their ideas, and make readers interested when they're writing. In writing, the student tries to transfer their thinking to reader. What he knows, what he thinking, feeling, and the experience about something. Description is another type of writing. Description is a little more troublesome for students because it is, in fact, the first step toward reasoning. In writing descriptive paragraph, the student needs to think of the important details they want to put into their composition. They should be informed as to which piece of information is needed for their specific to enter composition. After looking carefully at the picture, the student should judge what is essential to put into their writing. There are some problems in the field when giving writing material to the students, especially in descriptive paragraph. First problem is the student lack on how to express ideas in the form of writing. Second is lack of background knowledge, what they have to present to the readers. And the third is lack of knowledge about kind of composition. Some students still do not know what narrative, descriptive, expository, and argumentative texts are, and how to develop them into good and coherent composition, where the junior high school students are expected to have ability to compose a good writing. Mayor Insulisyawati. Based on the some problem above, the research tries to carry out a research with the title Improving Student Writing Skill Descriptive Paragraph by using quick question. The research tries to conduct the research at SMK Negeri 2 Tanjung Pinang. The research decided to conduct this research at SMK Negeri 2 Tanjung Pinang because the research thinks that he should use quick question to nurture the students' writing ability. From the long contemplation, the research decided to provide quick question to foster the student writing ability. Quick question is a technique for teaching in which the teacher gives some question to the student applies to a topic teaching. Cooper and Excel wrote cite that asking question about problem or topic is a way to learn about it and decide what to do or say. It is a useful and systematic approach to explore a topic. Based on the information above, the research hub that by using quick question can improve the student writing ability in descriptive paragraph. The student can write descriptive text with good in content and organization. Definition of the terms. The following are given to make the readers have to same perception for some term used in this study to avoid misunderstanding. So the term are to define as follows. Descriptive writing means of a factual again which describe particular person, place, or thing. With question is a method for teaching English in which the teacher gives some question to the student applied to a topic in teaching writing. SMK Negeri 2 Tanjung Pinang, which is under the supervision of the National Education Department of Indonesia. Problems: the difficulty of learning writing. The description of research in this thesis is based on a phenomenon that in learning to write the warehouse of Indonesian language description still found learners who have difficulty learning to write. Identification of the problem. The form of difficulty learning to write the right description include difficulties put the capital letters according of the correct. Identification of the problem. The form of difficulty learning to write the right description include difficulties put the capital letters according to the correct spelling, difficulty using function, difficulty selecting the right word so that a good sentence, difficulty understanding the comment given above. Limitation of the problem. The difficulty arose because a number of factors had affected him. The factor in his learners and there is a factor in learners outside. In this case, the efforts of educators to overcome learning difficulties are especially needed. Formulation of the problem. Increase literature in the field of education so that it can be used as a source of learning or reading for other students. For research, can be used as consideration material so that the constraint faced can be overcome. For readers, can be used as information for reference on how to cope with the difficulty of learning to write description of Indonesian language lessons. Objective and needs of the research. The objective of this study are to find out that through quick questions can improve student writing skill and to explain how to improve students writing skill in descriptive text through quick question for the in SMK Negeri 2 Tanjung Pinang in the academic year of 2022 or 2023. The objective of the research. In relation to the research question above, the objective of this research are to find out. Number 1, the improvement of student ability to write content descriptive paragraph using quick question at the 10 SMK Negeri 2 Tanjung Pinang. Number 2, the improvement of the student ability to organize descriptive paragraph in writing descriptive paragraph by using quick question. SMK Negeri 2 Tanjung Pinang. Next, research objective. Based on observation sheet, it was found that teaching learning process ran well and students were active and interested in writing descriptive text through quick question. The result of this research that by using quick question method can improve student writing skill in descriptive text. The needs of the research. The factor is there is from within learners and there are factor from outside the learners. In this case, the educational effort to overcome the learning difficulties learners are indispensable. The effort is one of which is the in-depth matter of authors the description. 1. What kind of difficulty is there in learning to write in Indonesia? Description of the 4 students in SMK Negeri Tanjung Pinang. What caused the trouble of learning to write in Indonesia? Description SMK Negeri Tanjung Pinang. 3. Was the effort of the educator to overcome the challenge of learning to write in Indonesia? Description of the 4 students in SMK Tanjung Pinang. Theoretically, theories of writing skill. 1. Reading, writing, and thinking are irrelevant activities. 2. To write well, writers must engage with ideas. 3. Writers must be aware of the context in which they are writing. 4. Fluency in writing is not to be confused with grammatical accuracy. Writers need to develop both. Practically, the results show that 1. 43% of students obtain score ranging from average to good in writing content. 2. 44% of students obtain score ranging from average to good in writing organization. 3. 37% of students obtain score ranging from average to good in using grammar. 4. 33 of students obtain score ranging from very good to excellent in using vocabulary. 5. 27 of students obtain a score ranging from very good to excellent in writing mechanics.